Good morning. Welcome to Mr. Gig Work. My name is Dave, here in Eugene, Oregon. Just wanted to take this time to welcome in the new year. It's 2023. It's officially my 4th year as an Uber and Lyft driver. And there's going to be some changes to the channel this year, some upgrades, and I just wanted to share with you all kind of the direction the channel is going to go and some of the subjects you can look forward to. So stay tuned. Welcome back. So it's a rainy day here in Eugene. It's January 11th. It's a Wednesday. I had some things I needed to do this morning, so I got out pretty early. Had some repairs to a broken window in my vehicle and had to register the van and get that all up to date, and some other things I needed to do. So I've been out driving a little bit and had some rides here and there, but I've talked to some pretty neat people today already. So that's one of the perks of being an Uber and Lyft driver, is you get to meet a lot of people. So I just wanted to go over the direction that we're going. I mean, the one thing that I've noticed when I was trying to make videos last year was that, you know, a day in the life or just following me around for a day, those videos got so long and, you know, so convoluted, and the editing was a headache, and so a lot of them never even made it onto the channel. And this year I want to focus just on topics, you know, things that I can discuss and answer questions for people, and instead of trying to, you know, do a whole day segment, to just, you know, pick a topic and maybe show some screenshots and give some answers on how things work. So a couple of things I want to do is, one of the big questions everybody talks about is acceptance rate. You know, what is it and why is it important? And I want to do a video on that, so stay tuned for that. There's another video I want to do. It's on the features of the apps. You know, Uber is different than Lyft. I'll probably have to split them up, what the apps can do and what each thing means. And I have a lot of questions people ask me about, you know, well, what does this mean on the app, and why does it say this, and that kind of thing. And so I just want to do a video on that. Another one is vehicle setup. People talk to me a lot about, you know, how your vehicle is set up, what does it look like, and what's important. And it's important to think of that because of your ratings. Ratings are huge. And a lot of guys will think, well, it doesn't matter about ratings. I don't care about, you know, what customers say. But it does matter. And I'll tell you, it does matter to Uber and it does matter to Lyft. And it does affect what rides you get. The next subject I've thought of is the day in the life highlights. Instead of doing a whole day of riding with me, I'm going to just do highlights and show you screenshots and kind of pick and choose some of the more exciting rides and the things that I encounter on a daily basis. And we'll see if we can get a lot of those strewn in there. And then the other subject I thought about was work surges and bonuses. I've heard so many drivers tell me, you know, at the airport, on social media and all this stuff, drivers have told me many times that they do not chase surges. They don't, you know, look at the apps and drive to surges or worry about bonuses and stuff like that. And if you have that mindset, you know, stay tuned for that video, because I am going to change your mind on surges and bonuses. Because if you're not thinking about surges and bonuses, then you're not working the apps correctly. So those are some of the things I want to look at and cover this year. So it's an exciting 2023. I had a really good 2022. Ended the year strong with the holiday season. The University of Oregon really provided a lot of work for me, and I'm really excited about where the future's going. Okay, so now that we've discussed what the year is going to hold, and I'm excited for the new year. 2023 is going to be good. You know, the remnants of COVID are kind of going away. If you're new to Uber and Lyft, welcome. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the gig work. This is a great time to be a driver. I mean, there's so many, you know, naysayers out there. It's, you know, doomsday this, and oh, it's, you know, horrible. The apps are failing and they're going away and we're going to go bankrupt and all that. If you look at the apps, Lyft is making great strides to make the app more compatible, give you more information. We do not have upfront pricing here in Oregon. I'm kind of excited to see what that has in store. Uber seems to be changing things behind the scenes. There have been some glitches lately, but I think, once the glitches are taken care of, you can see what they changed. It's like, well, at least they're making efforts to change it. So the apps are coming around. It's a great place, great time to drive. I don't see the apps going away anytime soon. What I do see is local rideshare companies springing up. That's what I see happening. I am shocked that taxi companies haven't done it already. I mean, the taxi company in Oregon is horrible, in Eugene. It's horrible. I've never heard anything good about them. But they're getting rides every day. People are going to the airport with Oregon Taxi. It's called Oregon Taxi in Eugene. People are going to the airport with these drivers. People are getting picked up from the airport. It shocks me that people will still go get in a taxi cab instead of getting an Uber and Lyft driver. The taxis are, they're cleaning up their act, I think. The taxis aren't looking horrible, but, for the most part, the taxis are old. The drivers don't look very good. And, they're getting better. But why hasn't the taxi company come up with a local program that rivals Uber and Lyft? Why? What are they waiting for? I mean, it would behoove them to do that. I mean, so I can just see that happening. That's going to be something that's going to change. So if you're, new to Uber and Lyft, there's a possibility that's going to come soon. So, enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy what you do, then quit doing it. Go find a 9 to 5. Get a job. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with supporting your family with a job. But if you like driving and you like people and you don't mind, working odd hours, then by all means, this is the place for you. And I welcome new drivers. I'm not threatened by new drivers at all. A lot of drivers out there is, we're going to flood the system and, flood the market, and there's not going to be enough rides for everybody. And I don't see that being a problem. I mean, I drove during COVID and made more money doing this than I ever did at the job I retired from. And everybody told me that once COVID's over, once the restrictions are lifted, all the drivers are going to come back and you're not going to make any money. And it worried me a little bit. So I went and got DoorDash and got signed up with Spark for Walmart and got signed up with Grubhub and had all these apps. I was ready to do food delivery and I went out and did some food delivery and I hated it. I don't want to get out of my car. I mean, I'd rather the passenger walk to me and get in and I have a conversation and talk. But some people don't like people, so they don't want to drive somebody, so they'd rather deliver food, which is fine. So I watched a bunch of food delivery channels and got all this information. You know what I realized? Rideshare didn't change at all. I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of other drivers on the street, but then everybody went back to work. All the students came back to class. All the, people started traveling again. People started having conventions again. And Rideshare hasn't slowed down a bit. I mean, I'm doing fine. So, the negativity out there is suppressing and it's depressing. So if the person's talking negative about you, turn them off. Find somebody that's positive. We're going to keep it positive on this channel this year. We are going to focus on what we can do to improve, how we can make it better, answer some questions, and just have a good year driving for Uber and Lyft. Thanks for coming to the channel. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified for future films or videos, whatever you call them. And it'd be great to see you again. Thanks.